All right, we're talking Jersey and more with Vinny and Dino. Vinny, how you doing?
Very good, Dino. How about yourself?
Good.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Why don't we introduce ourselves? This is our first show.
Why don't you go first?
All right. I'm Dino, obviously. I'm the guy up on top there. The guy who looks like Arthur Fonzarelli. Why, I don't know, but I am. Basically, we decided to do this podcast. We're going to be talking a little bit Jersey, a little bit more. And myself, I'm from North Jersey, as you well know.
That's why you're on the top of the map?
That's why I'm on top,
okay,
yes.
That works out well.
I'm on the Italian side of Jersey, not the piney side of Jersey, like you are.
Okay.
You're south of the Perth Amboy Bridge. I'm north.
We'll get to that later.
Okay. Well, anyway, grew up in Belleville, right next to Newark.
You made it out alive. Good
yeah,
job.
I made it out alive.
Nice.
But I got to be honest with you. When I grew up in Newark, we lived in an apartment building. Now it's above a Latino club.
Okay.
And the little deli confectionery store. But that's what I used to call them back then. Confectionery store,
Okay.
not the bodegas like we have now.
Not the candy store.
No, not the candy store.
Right.
Confectionery. Why, I don't know. Never saw confectionery sugar there.
Well, it makes it high class.
But it was nice.
Okay.
Well, anyway, the guy got shot 5 times in the 4 years I lived there. So my mother and father decided to move out, so we moved out to Belleville.
What age was that?
4.5.
Oh, okay. You remember that?
Yeah.
I guess you don't forget a guy getting
I remember
shot.
that. I actually remember somebody. There was a fire escape, because back then you had fire escapes.
Okay.
We had a small balcony on our apartment, and there was actually somebody who climbed up the fire escape, knocked on the window in the middle of the night, scared the crap out of me.
Oh, well,
And then about 2 weeks later, we moved out of there.
like a Lindbergh flashback.
It was horrible. And I lived in Belleville, and grew up in Belleville for, I would say, till I was about 27. Moved to Mount Arlington, New Jersey. Talk about the sticks.
Isn't that like over your right shoulder over there?
Yeah,
Or by
basically,
more your right ear?
at the edge of the blue.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, bears, deers, you name it, they were up there. Mount Arlington's right by Lake of Pacon. Stayed there for about 3 years. Headed down to Toms River.
Nice.
I went south of the Perth Amboy Bridge.
Well, you've been south of the Perth Amboy Bridge, but it was just a visit.
Atlantic City, Seaside Heights every night of the week. You know? Back in high school. Now I'm down here. I never go down there.
So you were a Benny.
I still am a Benny.
Yeah, we'll get into that later as well. There's a time frame when you lose that Benny status.
Well, when is that time frame?
It's a long time.
Okay, because I'll move back up.
Okay, just to
avoid
keep
that, to keep the Benny status.
So maybe just keep a P.O. box. That
If
might
I
help.
need to. If I need
That'll
to.
work.
I want
That'll
people knowing where I live.
Okay, no problem.
I'm in Toms River. If you're single, I'm in Toms River. No. And just recently divorced.
Congratulations.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, wasn't sure.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a congratulations. 3
sure.
years, and basically didn't work out. And now I'm going to be 49 and own Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club, and here I am.
Beautiful downtown Point Pleasant Beach.
Beautiful downtown.
And as a matter of fact, that's where we're broadcasting from.
We are live from Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club.
Yes, we are.
And in fact, we got Brian on the other side there. Brian's our director.
Say hello, Brian.
Say hello, Brian.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey,
man?
all right.
How you making
So every once in a while, because not that they're, I'm not going to say the degenerates that walk by in the off season.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah,
I would.
I actually call them worse than that. But every once in a while, Brian will be showing people walking by.
Oh, good. We're not going to have anything for them to sign, right? We don't. They're not going to.
No, actually, I have something posted on the window.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have something posted on the window.
Cool.
So we're good. We're covered. We're covered. We're there. All right.
Nice.
How about you, Vin?
Well, my name's Vinny. I live in Toms River just like Dino, but just like everybody else, I was born north of the Raritan River Bridge, or whatever they call it. I'm born in Perth Amboy.
Bridge.
Is that what well, that's the Route 9 bridge. It's Perth Amboy Bridge, right?
Perth
Then
Amboy
the
Bridge.
Parkway Bridge is just, I call it the Raritan Bridge.
It's when the smell starts.
Yeah, where you see
That's
the
Perth
smoke.
Amboy.
Right. But I was born in Perth Amboy only because mom and dad moved further south from Fort Lee, North Bergen,
Okay.
that part of North Jersey. Because my dad's from Brooklyn originally.
Okay. Whereabouts in Brooklyn?
He was from Bay Ridge. He's Italian.
Bay Ridge.
He's Italian.
3rd Avenue.
Exactly.
All those restaurants.
But he moved to Long Island when he was 19, and he hated it.
Long Island.
Massa
ugh.
Pizza Park.
Ah.
You know, so but he
Nah.
worked in the city. Met mom in the city. They worked in downtown New York.
Okay.
They met. Then they got married, and moved to Jersey.
Okay.
So dad essentially was excommunicated from the family because when you move from New York to New Jersey, it's like a whole other country. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
It's just.
Oh, yeah.
So they moved to
2 hours on Christmas.
The George Washington. Do I take the GW Bridge? Do I take the Battery
Gotta take
Tunnel?
Desert home.
It's horrible.
Right.
So they moved. Dad worked in the city still.
Okay.
So they moved to Metuchen.
Oh.
Okay, so because it was by the train station, and Dad can still get into the city in a decent time. Just wake up maybe another hour early or whatever. So we moved down there. So I was born in Perth Amboy because Mom's pediatrician, the only hospital he used was Perth Amboy General Hospital, which is now I think Raritan Bay Medical Center. I don't know. Whatever.
Okay.
So they got tired of the suburbs and moved back up to North Bergen, and that's my first recollection of my life is remembering North Bergen. And we got out just before I needed to take speech.
The change.
Yeah, but mom used to take me up and down Bergen Lane Avenue, go shopping.
Yeah.
That's still a big time shopping area.
Yeah, a lot of dollar stores now.
Yeah, well, so we got out and we moved to, hold on to your hats, Jackson, New Jersey in 1969.
Hee-haw.
There wasn't much down there.
Was Great Adventure even built yet?
No, we had a water tower though. I do remember that. We weren't far from the water
tower.
Yeah.
What would you have to go do? Get a pail and go get your water?
It's Jackson in 1969. So I remember it smelling a lot. Like it was like they must have just built the sewers and maybe they didn't take or something.
No, that was the cow dumping.
It could have been. Maybe it was the cow dumping going into the new sewers, and it was just horrible. So Mom and Dad got out and they moved to at the time the fastest growing town in the United States, and that was Toms River. Believe it or not, in
fastest growing town in the United States.
In the United States, 1971.
Okay.
We moved into Toms River. It was like 20,000 people in 71. Route 37, for those of you who know, had no median. 2 drive-in movie theaters. 1 bridge to Seaside. The second one was being built at the time. If everybody knows, there's 2 bridges now.
Which I still think it's 1 bridge.
Well, they got the tall one and they got the short one. The one stars the thing goes up and down. When the boat's going.
So technically, it's 2 bridges.
2 bridges.
Still going the same direction.
But we've seen the growth. There was 2 high schools when I moved into town. There used to be 1, of course, because 1 comes before 2.
Okay.
I went to the new high school, which is on the east side of town, closer to the bay.
And what was the other school?
You get north and south, so there's east. So.
Okay, that's 3.
That's 3. That's all there is. 3.
Okay, but when you first came down here,
there was 2.
East and.
No, it was north and south.
North and south.
North and south, yes. So it was like the whole Civil War type thing and everything like that. I always thought it was
Civil War downtown.
Yeah, I always thought I was going to go to North. That's a whole other story. But I was actually lived there before the mall was built. The big Ocean County Mall that nobody ever goes to.
Yeah,
but it's dreadful. Yeah, but the one good thing about it, when you're a kid and you're like 5, there's woods. That was all woods when I moved in. So we got it was great. Things that kids don't. So you played in the streets and the asphalt when you were a kid.
Oh yeah, we played stickball. We used to graffiti the side of the school and put the big box with the X on it.
Exactly.
With the rubber ball, the pinky ball.
We did that. We had to do it on the garage. We broke a lot of garage doors.
We broke a lot of windows.
Yeah, well, but I got to play in the woods, which for down here back in those 40 some odd years ago, this was still the sticks.
So you used to get ticks.
All the time, and I still to this day.
I've never had a tick in my life.
I've had tons of ticks, and guess how many times I've had Lyme disease? No times. I don't know where these Lyme deer ticks came from, but my mother used to pick the tick. Remember, they turned into olives on your head. They used to get into the scalp, and they used to suck all the blood out of your scalp. They used to be like that.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Plus, Mom used to search for ticks in places that we're not going to talk about here. But
so you got married.
We're going to fast forward right to that. Yeah, I got married 22 years ago.
Christine.
The lovely Christine. She's from Point Borough, born and raised.
You met very young though.
20 and 18. I was 20. She was 18. She was 6
right
months out of high school. Yeah, absolutely. We met in a bowling alley.
Okay.
In Lakewood, Ocean Lanes. Midnight bowling. It was the only way, you can meet people and go out late at night, and Mom and Dad kind of know where you are.
But what was her curfew though?
It was like 11. But
so you went to midnight bowling.
But that was the way you.
So you were a bad influence on her. Basically, because you kept her out past her curfew.
And she went along with it. So I must have been worth the catch, So.
Oh, well, that's that's up to her to
decide. Then we would, after midnight bowling, where did you guys go up north, just like we did down here, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning?
Diner, and that's the setting here.
This is it, and this is
Jersey.
You know
what? This is 2 guys talking, whether it's after a good weekend
or a bad weekend, or men's weekend.
A night out with the boys.
Plenty of those.
Night out with the girl after you drop her off, then you go meet the other girl.
Or a big group of people that just went out.
Whatever.
8 of you, 4 couples.
The diner is the place to be in Jersey.
Absolutely.
And that's why we're doing this.
Absolutely right.
So you got 2 children.
2 children, yes.
Okay.
My son Mark is at Rutgers. He's a junior. I know I look really young to have a kid that's 21 years old. I know that. I know that's what you were thinking. See how young I look? Come on.
Okay, because you proved that. I mean, I got a little gray going through the top, and I think you have more than I do.
I got a lot more than you do. But I did get a haircut for today, though. Did you notice it? Looks nice and sharp. So.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But and I also have a daughter. She's 17. She's a senior in high school. She'll be going to college.
Okay.
And my kids are going to stay in college in Jersey. My son goes to Rutgers. My daughter's looking at colleges in Jersey. We're Jersey people. My kids are going to stay here.
She's very athletic too, right?
She is a softball player. She's
okay.
We're hoping that she'll be able to go play college softball next year. No guarantees. Is all she wants to do. We're not going to push. We're not one of those pushy parents,
okay.
But she's a good kid.
We're talking scholarship capability here?
No, she's not that good. But she's good enough to play at the next level. And they very rarely give scholarship money to, I'm happy.
Female sports, it's
well, you have to be really, really good. And she's very good. As a matter of fact, she was the quarterback for the Powder Puff football team for the second straight year. So she not only plays second base. You never heard of Powder Puff football?
Powder
Puff football.
Football.
It's flag football for girls.
Okay. And the only football I've heard for girls is what goes on at halftime.
Yes, and the whole lingerie thing. But my daughter's not doing that, or else I hit her over my mug.
Well, I hope not.
That's okay. But she's very athletic, like you said. She's the quarterback, which is usually your most athletic position on the field.
That's true.
And she does very well with that. She had another touchdown.
She have a gun?
She's got a decent arm. She got small hands. But she's 5 foot nothing and 100 nothing pounds. But she's athletic. She can run and
She's a 5 foot quarterback.
Well, she's like 5'2".
Okay.
Maybe she's cleats on.
I guess they don't wear heels. So.
No. It's not. Again, it's not the lingerie.
That's this area. Well, this area just doesn't get it.
Well, how would they play? How would they play that game up in your old high school? What would that have been?
They would play on asphalt.
Okay.
Or the playground.
Okay.
And
tackle.
I'm sure.
I assume.
No, the women up there. No, they don't want to ruin their nails.
Well, then how can they throw the ball? Oh, God. Well, throwing might not be so bad, but catching it might be a whole.
Well, I guess they use their,
assets.
The cushions.
The other assets.
The cushions.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to wear those shoulder pads.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But but we love it down here. We're not moving anywhere. The only time we're going to move is like my wife says is if the kids move because it's got to be near the potential grandchildren at one point in time. So we love it.
Yeah, I've been down here now for about 10, 11 years, and I'll tell you this: if I didn't get the restaurant, I'd probably move back north.
Really?
Yeah, it's just way too slow paced for me.
It is. It's even for us. Some people that live down here, because remember, most of us are transplants.
Right.
Even if we grew up down here, went to school down here, the influence of mom and dad moving, commuting all the time, and mom keeping things going and everything like that, we still have the influence. That and there even you can't look down upon us that for those who moved down here late like you did.
Right.
We mom Jersey City, dad Brooklyn. I mean it was go talk fast like I'm doing right now, just the way it was, and I've continued that on. But I do see a difference in my kids' generation. It's a little different. They never. My son, we were talking football a couple seconds ago. My son never played tackle football with his friends in the schoolyard or on the church grass or something. Like never. We were doing that all day. That was what we did all the time.
We used to play home run derby.
We did that. We did all that stuff too. We played two-on-two stickball games in the street. Hit balls into the houses and stuff like that. Yeah. But nowadays, with mom and dad, everything's so busy and everything like that. It's got to be the organized sports.
But the one thing we have in common
is
we're not real South Jersey.
No, I'm here only because
you're here only because of the fact of the logo. Technically, you'd be where the Jersey.
Technically, I'm right where the Y is.
Yeah.
This is where I.
So you're not down here.
No, this is where Brian, our producer, is.
I think Brian's right here.
You're kind of like where my spike of my hair is, I guess.
Okay. Where his nose is. Oh,
well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's very South.
Maybe a little right cheek.
All right, cool. All right, I guess we're going to be talking on stuff that's going on in Jersey soon.
I can't wait.
All right.
This is what we like to do, so.
That's the way to go. So it's now a Monday. So how was your weekend, Vin?
My weekend was great. Well, we had some family stuff. What did you guys do this weekend? Anything? Or?
I just worked my ass off, to be honest with you.
What,
I had
a nightclub owner that works on the weekends.
Of course, of course. We actually did a Alzheimer's fundraiser yesterday.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, for Central State Hospital. Nice. And nice crowd. They drew about. I think they made them almost $6,000 last night.
Well, good for them.
Yeah, it was good.
It's a good cause.
I don't think they're gonna remember it, but
oh, well,
they had a good time though.
That's good.
But I actually had someone get offended.
At what?
One of my comedians made a joke.
Imagine that.
Okay, yeah, imagine. But he was talking about Hurricane Sandy.
Okay.
All right, and he was saying how some people had real damage, and some people had no damage. And the people with real damage handle it much better.
What do you mean? When he says real damage, he means like
lost a house,
big damage,
lost a business, my pet died. But you know what? We're still alive. We're going strong.
Jersey strong.
And then the other people, oh yeah, I know, I lost power for like 3 hours, and my refrigerator went bad, and I had to throw out all my ice cream.
And a couple of leaves fell off the trees. What the?
And he ends up saying, well, you know what? Those people should kill themselves for saying that, because those other people lost everything. So the guy gets up.
Oh, really?
Comes up to me and says, that was terrible. I lost my house. And I said to him, I said, we're actually defending you.
Yeah, did you listen?
He didn't want to hear anything about it. And he just took off.
Did he pay you before he left?
Of course.
Well, then, bye.
Thanks for
coming. See you next week. Oh, man.
Yeah. So that was my weekend. And, we had Tony Powell here from the Dynamis show.
Oh, I like Dynamis.
Yeah.
I like him.
Tony Powell was here.
Cool.
And we had a bachelorette party in-house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
something about comedy clubs and bachelorette parties, they just don't go along.
Because you really can't fit the bachelorette party to the comedian that you have coming in that weekend. They kind of just book the party,
They
not
just
knowing
book the party,
they have
Yeah. Well, the problem is the bachelorettes think, "Woo, it's about us."
Well,
they got the
it is.
illuminated penis hats and all that stuff going.
Where do you even buy that?
I don't know where to buy it. I guess Spencer's. Are they an advertiser? They're not an advertiser, are they? Okay.
No.
Okay.
Maybe they
Let's not mention it. Okay. We should mention Spencer's. So,
Spencer's.
Sure enough, they were atrocious. They were.
Were they the young bachelorette party, or is it like the?
You know what?
It
was a mix.
It was a mix.
It was the mother and the mother-in-law.
Not a good combination. I have to start.
And the grandmother was there. And the bachelorette party.
Was it a Walker situation? Was she a young grandma?
She was a young grandma. I would say maybe like 65.
Oh, wow.
66,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And her granddaughter was getting married?
Granddaughter's getting married.
Wow.
I gotta be honest, though. Now, they say every bride's beautiful.
Not this one, huh?
No.
She needed a little help.
Help getting
Careful
up
now.
and down.
Oh,
Probably
really?
a little big. Put it this way, she didn't order chicken fingers. She got two.
Two orders of chicken fingers. So she's going to go out.
After they just say, hey, we're out to dinner.
So the next day she's going to go
We were
she's gonna
the
go
after
up
party.
She's going to go up a size in the dress is what you're saying. Or two.
Put it this way, I don't think they even tailored it. Because they usually make wedding dresses like size 22s, 24s.
Oh, do they?
And they tailor them in.
So they're going to come in like one size.
So I think she saved money on the tailoring.
Yeah, probably.
So what'd you do?
Well, we went to visit my son at Rutgers this
Okay.
weekend. Yeah, he's a student. Like I said, he's a junior up there. And it was parents and family weekend. So we got to go there and get discounted rates for the seats of the football game. We got to go to the football game to see the great
Well,
Rutgers.
consider you're paying the tuition. That's the least they can do.
We'll get into that another day. But we got to go visit him at his apartment. He lives on an apartment on campus. And we got to go see him. We hadn't seen him in a while. So it was really nice. You know, we met his roommates again.
So it's an apartment on campus. So what's the difference between an apartment on campus and a dorm on campus?
I don't know. I went to county college. I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
All I know is that he lives in a building, and college campuses are nice. They have the nice trees. It's the fall. The leaves are changing colors and everything like that. You drive in, you're like, oh, look at it. This is the football stadium. Oh, look at that building. Look at that.
Okay.
And you keep driving and driving. And you say, oh, this is the building for the psychology majors here.
Okay.
There's a library. Then you get to the end of the road, and there's the electrical substation, and there's the maintenance area. And then you make a left turn, and there's the bus stop. Then you make a right turn, and you make a left turn, and it's not quite that aesthetically pleasing, but it's a place for him to live. It's
Okay.
He's in there with 3 kids, 3 other kids and everything. He's the youngest of the roommates. He just turned 21.
That's not a co-ed apartment.
Yes, but not in his apartment room himself. There's females. There's females on his floor.
Okay.
But it's Rutgers, and there's a lot of engineering students.
And that's obviously what he wants to do.
No.
Okay.
He's a sports management major, but that's okay. But where I'm going with the females, it's an engineering type of student body. So there's a lot of smart kids that, may not be his taste in ladies, but that's okay. But he finds his way. But we walked from his apartment to the
nerds.
stadium. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, that's
Let's be honest.
Yes.
It's Jersey.
Yeah, it is.
Just say what it is.
So we got to walk from his apartment to the stadium. It was about a 15 or 20-minute walk. It was nice.
Okay.
We cut through some side back alleys and stuff like that. It was pretty cool, you know. Oh, and by the way, my sister, brother-in-law, and my little nephew came with us.
Okay.
Because it wasn't just it was parents and family weekend.
Wow.
Yeah. So my nephew's 8.
Okay.
So you know how that goes. But he's a good kid, little Anthony. Hey, Anthony, what's up, bud? So we got to watch the football game, which was really nice. And there was almost you can't make this stuff up. There was almost a brawl about on our row where we were sitting. There was a brawl.
What, did they not like the helmets? What happened?
Well, what happens is it was a national TV game, so there's a lot of timeouts. So there's a lot of time between commercials.
Of course.
So every commercial there was some kind of an award ceremony. So here it was beautiful. They marched out the New Jersey contingent of the Special Olympics. People are crying. My brother-in-law's crying his eyes out. It's a touching moment. You see, there was like 280 of these people walking out into the end zone. Everybody's clapping and everything like that. Okay. Some jackbag sitting about 10 people across from me. He's got a Franco Harris Penn State jersey on with an Alabama hat. Hand to God.
Franco Harris Penn State jersey?
Well, it was a 32. Could have been Kurt Warner. I mean, it was 32 Penn State jersey with an Alabama hat. Why he's here? They were playing Temple. Maybe he was a Temple person. I don't know.
Okay.
He made a crack about the kids or the people in the Special Olympics. You got to be careful what you say because the guy in front of him has a nephew who's a special needs kid, and there was a challenge. A few choice words here and there. He says, "What's a typical Jersey thing to do? Upstairs. Let's go right now. Let's go. Blank, 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 blank. Right now. Let's go." Well, this guy was too drunk to even get up. He was drinking out of a Gatorade bottle, a color of Gatorade I've never seen before. It was like a golden rum color. As a matter of fact, it was rum.
Myers Golden.
Perhaps. He was drunk as anything. He didn't get up, so the cops came down. It was a whole big thing. But I was, it was like a traffic thing. I wanted to see the fight. My wife's like, stop it. No, I want to see the fight. He never should have said what he said about those kids and those people. Come on, that's just not right. So I was kind of hoping for a fight. So that was the highlight of the game, and Rutgers won. We were all happy. Yay, you know. And so we took my son and his roommate, his best friend, out to dinner.
Okay, where'd you go?
Applebee's. Applebee's.
An Italian?
Well,
was it a Saturday night?
It was a Saturday night.
An Italian person takes his son
and
Applebee's.
And his friend and my family and my sister's family. We went to Applebee's. You can't go too fancy. First of all, they're college kids. They're used to eating bread and water and crackers.
Miracle Whip.
Yeah, whatever they eat. And you know they wash it down, but I don't want to know. And so we went to Applebee's. You get a nice burger and a beer, and you're happy. You know, whatever.
Little Tony have a beer too? What did Little Tony drink?
Little Tony, I think he had the little lemonade, something like that.
Lemonade? Did he get a little sippy cup?
Sippy cup? Well, it was a little cup, you know, for the kids.
Oh,
you know.
that's cute.
It's so cute. He looks up to his cousin so much. He was following around my son and his friend.
Oh, yeah?
We had the long walk. We had to walk through the tailgaters and stuff like that, you know. So it was cute, you know. It was really nice. I like Rutgers. Then the next day we kind of we stayed over up in South Plainfield, which is getting a little more towards South Plainfield. It's not the burbs anymore. It's South Plainfield.
It's
it overlooked Route 287. It overlooked the highway, so it was it was nice. Typical. But we had a good time visiting him. We hadn't seen him in a few weeks, and since he's 21 now.
How's his grades doing?
He says he's doing good.
Yeah, says he's doing good.
Well, the report cards don't come home. His name's on everything. So
yeah, exactly.
He says
he's a big boy
doing,
now.
He says he's doing good, but I must brag about him. He is one of the 8 or 10 managers for the women's basketball team at Rutgers. So he gets to go to practice and work with the basketball team. And
does he get to go in the locker room?
I don't know. If he does, he doesn't tell me. It's no.
Score.
Yeah, well, there's a couple of cuties.
He's doing all right then.
I saw the team the other day at the.
He's doing all right.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I got no issue with he's a good kid. But that's what I did this weekend.
Okay.
But funny thing about it, before the game, we saw Chris Christie. Our great governor.
The governor.
The big guy. He was there. It's the big push. The election's coming up.
Did he have his
he didn't.
fleece?
No, he didn't have the fleece on, but he had on a big Rutgers red jersey. You could see him from the space shuttle, probably.
Wow.
So, yeah, he is as big in person as you think he is.
Okay.
Not quite as tall, but he's lost some weight. I guess he got the the rubber band on.
Yeah, I think he's got 2 more to do before he becomes president. I think that was the plan.
Really?
Yeah, because you can only get one a year.
Oh, really? See,
So by the time he
know
gets
that.
his third,
Oh.
he'll be in president shape.
Oh, but
You didn't know that?
I did not know that. Yeah, but he was deemed healthy by somebody. You know, they blessed him and they said, yeah, he's good to go. Yeah, but he's one cheeseburger away, I tell you from. You know.
But you know what I don't understand about Christie?
What?
He had to release his income statement.
Yeah,
I think he only made like $175,000.
on the books. Well, isn't his brother like a big stock guy or something like that?
Well, I think his wife made a ton more. She's a big,
Really? What
She's
does she
a big
do?
time.
I don't even know what
Wall
she
Street
does.
person.
Was it
She's
Mary
in the
Pat?
financial business
Mary
somehow.
Pat?
I don't know what her name is.
She looks like a Mary Pat, trust me.
Mary Christie, sort of. Yeah.
But oh wow.
Yeah.
But the funny thing about this was he, you know, as everybody knows, he doesn't have a good relationship with the school teachers and the unions for that matter.
Right.
With the police, the firemen,
Right.
and so I'm standing. We're all taking pictures with our phones and everything.
Okay.
Like, that's pretty cool. The governor's here, you know. And so I turn and look at this one lady. She goes, "I can't wait to get a picture of this guy, and I'm going to tell him what I think of him." I look at her and I'm like, "Wow." So I turn around and said to my wife,
And this is all at the football game.
this is like right outside the stadium where the bus was parked, and you know, and everybody. It's the governor. If you don't like the governor or the president, you still got to respect the position, right? I mean,
Right,
you
exactly.
don't like the guy, you don't like his policies, go vote, and,
Okay.
and you're done. So I turned to my wife. I said, "You know what? Leave it to a school teacher to ruin this whole event." And I get confronted by this retired fourth grade school teacher. She's about this tall. And, you know, and I kind of was like, I love school teachers. You know, I was educated.
Okay, so this is in front of your family.
Right in front of everybody.
Trying to enjoy yourself at a football game.
Yes. Well, we're outside. We didn't get into the stadium.
It's so
yet.
Jersey.
It's, I mean,
It's
you
so
know,
Jersey.
I mean, so you get this little old lady. She's like 65 years old, fourth grade school teacher. If she had the opportunity, she would have ripped his throat out. Lady, calm down. So I just, you know, so we'll see what happens when he gets reelected, because from what I'm understanding, he's got like a 78-point lead over what's the Buena Vista? What's her name again? Barbara Bono.
Non buono. Non
We
buono
don't
in
even
this
know.
case.
We don't even know who she is. She's got no chance. I mean, let's.
I haven't even seen a sign for her.
Who? I think she's in government somehow. I don't know. She's on TV. They had debates and stuff like that. You know.
So we got a couple other things going on in Jersey too.
What do you got? What do you got going on?
We had the little TSA accident.
What's up with
LA.
that? You know, in LA. So Jersey comes to
guy-
LA. Jersey comes to
The
LA.
guy flew from South Jersey down by.
What airport is down there? They probably take Atlantic City Airport.
I guess he took Atlantic City Airport, went to LAX, got pissed off something,
And he opened up his gym bag, and what did he
started,
pull out?
started firing.
A semi-automatic, whatever they call them, Uzi or whatever.
Was it? I don't
Something
know what
like
exactly
that.
it was, but
And-
I mean, he started shooting people.
I mean,
and he had a note in his thing supposedly that he wanted to shoot TSA agents.
You know what? And what's weird, and you're watching the news, and you see this thing. And let's face it, we all watch the news because when things like that happen, we're interested.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta watch it. So we're watching. We're like, hey, you're calling everybody over and say, hey, watch this. And we're getting word now he's from South Jersey, and we're like, oh god,
another one.
Here we go. You know, and it's just like, you know, what was he thinking? And did you hear his family tattletaled on him?
Yeah.
They got some kind of text, like a suicidal text, and they did the right thing. Now, you know, what would you do? You know, would you turn in your brother or your son or your nephew? I mean, it's kind of a slippery slope. I don't know.
You know what? No.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Blood is blood
Yeah. What about your next door neighbor? Would you turn him in?
in a heartbeat.
Yeah, couldn't dial fast enough.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah, especially my next door neighbor, but.
Yeah.
But but you watch these things and we're
You're
proud.
wondering what's going through people's heads. You know,
But we're
oh my
proud
God, my son
Jersey
just
guys.
shot somebody. He killed them. What am I going to do?
I don't know.
And you know what? I guess in their
And
eyes.
unfortunately, the guy died. I mean, one of the TSA agents. I mean, people go for these jobs because they're thinking, "This is a great
is
job.
cake.
This is a great job. I get the Wanda, good looking girl."
Well, it's like the post office.
Well,
You ever think anybody's going to go postal?
Well, they set the precedent like 30 years ago. Got guys to start going crazy. But you get a job. All you're doing, you're standing by. You put your stuff, your phone, and put everything in the basket. Yeah, you look good to me. And then you say, "Hey, how you doing today, sir?" The guy pulls out a Uzi and you start shooting at you.
It's like the security guard at nighttime in a hospital. No, the one watching the front information desk.
The guy,
Not even in the emergency room. The guy who's just watching the information.
the guy
desk
doesn't have a gun.
doesn't have a gun. He's just sitting there reading his paper. He's a retired guy,
Yeah,
and all of a sudden you hear he gets whacked.
yeah. You don't need that.
You don't expect that.
No, it's really a shame. But but why does it always have to be a Jersey guy? What the? Oh God, it's so disappointing. But and also a couple weeks ago, I think I was reading remember last year there was a woman who went on a school bus in Toms River.
She flipped out.
She flipped out because she said her kid was being bullied by the kids or a kid on the bus, and so instead of doing the right thing, she may have gone to the school and the principal. I don't know, but she went wacky and she went onto the bus, and she started yelling and screaming at little kids. I mean, what's your problem? And she was arrested, and she just got probation. So she was like bullying little kids because her kid was being bullied. I mean, there's not what kids do. We grew up doing that. I mean, the times have changed, Dino.
That's a whole nother topic to talk about
really,
as far as bullying goes.
It really is.
I'm a firm believer, and we've had conversations about capital punishment.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you a story. When I was 12,
mm-hmm.
I said the word mother effer. Not at my mother, but in front of her.
Wooden spoon?
No.
No.
She waited till my father came home.
Oh, that's even worse.
And he said to me, he says, of course in Italian, because he didn't speak English really that well.
No.
He says...
when he got really mad, English would just not even be...
Well, no, he didn't have it, period.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he said to me, you realize that's, and I'm translating in English,
mm-hmm.
you realize that's a big man's word to say that.
Oh.
I said, I know,
I'm a big man.
I didn't, I just got mad.
Right.
He takes his belt off, whacks me so hard
mm-hmm.
and so many times that I peed my pants.
Takes a
and
big
he
man
said to me,
yes.
he says, you're not so big now, are you? You just peed your pants. So, in a situation where you have a rape,
oh.
guess what? And people can say that, well, you know what, it's a disease, they're hooked on sex, they just don't know.
They know enough.
If somebody, God forbid, rapes somebody, you take his thing and you chop it off.
Lorena Bobbitt.
I guarantee you, by the third or fourth time this happens, all those people who think they have a sex problem, all of a sudden won't anymore.
They won't be able to pee their pants. Maybe with a bag.
With a bag.
Yeah. But did you hear the bullying just took a big turn not too long ago? It took to the NFL. Did you hear about that?
I heard about that.
Guys like what? 6'5", 300 pounds. Stanford educated.
That's a whole other topic we need to talk about. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, bullying. So now I hit the NFL, the Miami Dolphins.
Did you hear about that? Oh. Did you hear about the guy who did the bullying? Did you see what his name is? Richie Incognito.
Yeah.
Is that Italian?
Just a little bit.
What part of Italy is that? He's all tatted up and everything.
You know what?
It's just, I don't know.
My issue with this is, one, you're an offensive lineman.
Big guy.
Big guy.
Yeah.
You're the guard.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking on the tackle.
Right.
On your side.
They lined up right next to each other from what I understand, yeah.
You're doing damage to yourself.
Yeah.
And what I don't get with all this is a $30,000 dinner bill. Yeah. So where's the club nutritionist on this?
I want to know where they're going.
Where are they going? So that means they're not eating $30,000.
You mean
they're drinking Dom Perignon?
You mean the 30?
They got
30 chicken parms is not $30,000, is what you're saying?
Not even close.
Okay.
Even if they did 30 a person, it's not even close.
No.
So now
they're drinking.
What? Yeah, they're drinking.
Without a doubt.
They're drinking.
Yeah.
So now you have this guy who decides to quit.
Mm-hmm.
You're messing with someone's livelihood.
Without a doubt.
So now you know what? And I hate to say this because the guy's Italian. Mr. Incognito. But
Yeah.
you know what? Dock your salary for 4 games. Done.
Oh, without a doubt.
Done.
I totally agree with that.
You know, and you pay the bill.
Well, from what I heard and from what I understand was they don't call it hazing. It's an unwritten rule that the rookies, and this guy Martin, I forgot his first name, he's not a rookie this year, but going back to the previous year,
Right.
rookies get hazed. They go out, hey, okay,
You got to sing the alma mater song, dress up in women's clothing.
Or we go out to dinner and you're picking up the bill. You just signed a $1.5 million signing bonus. You're getting X amount a year.
Right.
You're picking up the tab. That's understood. It goes on, from what I'm getting, everywhere in a lot of pro sports, but really a lot in the NFL, you know.
Right.
So from what I'm understanding, this goes back to last year. He's not a rookie this year.
No.
And I guess they were busting his chops for the last year because I don't think he paid the bill for this one dinner. And this trip to Vegas that they took, it was like $15,000. He didn't even go. So he essentially was ticked off that he footed the bill for these guys to go to Vegas. I don't know what these guys got a lot of time in their hands. I don't know.
Yeah,
But,
exactly.
So
That's why the Miami Dolphins haven't been in the playoffs in a few years. Right?
not so coincidental. The Dolphins started off 3-0. They were everybody the talk of the NFL. They're doing great. You know, the Ryan Tannehill's a quarterback. Oh, the team of the future. But they're like 3-5 now. They've lost the 5 games. You don't think there's a correlation between this whole bullying thing and their losing streak?
Where's the coaching staff?
I don't even know who the coach is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need
It's not Don Shula.
No, not Jimmy Johnson either. But this guy, did you hear the actual incident when he walked off? They all sat down at the table at the lunchroom, wherever this is.
Right.
And he came in, he sat down, they all got up and they walked out. Kind of like isolated them. And listen, I don't think the size matters to the guy. I don't think what position matters to the guy. He's a Stanford educated kid from what I'm gathering here. He went to Stanford, so he's a smart guy. He got his feelings hurt. I think it's wrong what they did to him. But you're a big boy now, man. You got to be able to overcome some of these things and just say, here's $5,000. Leave me the hell alone. Don't bother with me. I'll fight you on the field with you, to win these games. But leave me the hell alone. He had to stand. He didn't stand up for himself. Now, what this is just going to do now, the ACL, using to get involved because you're going to have lawsuits left and right. The Dolphins suspended Incognito because if they didn't, they would have been sued. This guy would have got a lawyer, and he would have just sued the Dolphins, and the Dolphins don't need that press.
No.
They don't need it at all.
No.
Since considering they've been sucking the last month and a half, they need to get on the winning.
And the last decade.
Yeah, pretty much. So this had to be done, and it's really a damn shame that it really came to this. So I don't know. It's just
unfortunately, this isn't going back to the Larry Zonka days.
Jim Kick. Oh.
Okay, where those guys, you made a living, but you knew you still had to work afterwards.
They were selling insurance, selling whatever else. Absolutely.
These guys are making so much money right now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these guys have corporations.
They're corporation.
They're a corporation.
Yes. Joe Jones Inc.
And basically, it's the television advertising, the Nike, whatever else.
Whatever. Vitamins.
You're messing with these people's livelihood.
Yeah. Who knows what that guy's earning potential could have been down the line? You don't know.
It's bad enough they're one injury away from being done at any time. Yeah. It's like these guys who celebrate in the end zone. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're jumping on each other. Do you realize you can rip apart someone's knee? Yeah. And he will never play again.
Remember the Grammatica guy about 15 years ago?
Yes.
He kicked the game-winning field goal. He ran at the field and jumped up and blew out his knee. Never heard from him again.
Yeah,
but he was a kicker.
I was a kicker, bro.
He was
How much was he making? $195,000?
Yeah, exactly. But that can happen. Guys doing backflips in the end zone. You don't know. Now, I'm old school. Remember Billy White Shoes Johnson from the
yeah, of course.
He did the dancing with that. I don't mind the celebrations. I used to like the Fun Bunch from the Redskins back in the 80s. It had some intelligence to it. I don't mind the celebrations after a touchdown. But now these guys, they make a tackle for a 2-yard loss. They run 30 yards down the field. They rip up. Look at me. I made it. You're getting paid $500,000 a year to do that.
Yeah, you
didn't win the play on that tackle. Knock it the hell off. Get in the huddle and get on with the next play.
I'm a firm believer. Show that you've been there before.
Absolutely.
If it's your first touchdown ever, I get it.
Absolutely. Something between Billy White Shoes Johnson and Barry Sanders. You just run by to the referee and just flip the ball to him.
Right, exactly.
I don't mind a little emotion, like the Jimmy Graham guy from the Saints. He dunks the ball over the goalpost. That's okay. You know what? It's no big deal. But
Still, in a situation like that, he can come down and tear his knee apart.
he could. He knows the risk, and their contracts are not guaranteed. So you know what? You want to do that? Go right ahead. You know, I'm okay with it.
Even an offensive lineman, really.
What they got to celebrate about?
I mean, what's the average age of an offensive lineman?
I don't know, but you know, you ever hear Mark Schlereth he's on ESPN now?
Yes.
He had like 22 knee surgeries on both. How is he even walking today?
Right, exactly.
Do you ever see the documentary Jim Otto?
Oh, yeah.
God rest his soul.
it's a
He couldn't
mess.
get out of bed.
Mess.
These guys, they get beat up. There's no doubt, and they're warriors, and in the sports sense of the word, not like the military guy. I'm not going to besmirch the military guys, but these guys, they go out and they work their asses off, and they play hard, and they get hit a lot. You know, it's just not. What's your feeling about the concussion hitting above the shoulders and the helmet-to-helmet thing, and that's dangerous. These guys, they kill themselves after their career. They put guns in their chests. I mean, what do you do? I mean,
You know what?
It's a violent
it's
sport.
still
man.
football.
It is. It's a
It's
violent
still
sport,
football. What I don't like is not practicing 100% all week.
man. And that's a
Okay.
collective bargaining agreement that they have. That
Okay.
their X amount of hours are allotted for practices a week.
I understand you
So-
don't want to get hit and beat up 6 days a week. I totally get that. But if you're playing flimsy and practicing flimsy, that one day when you have
And,
a 280-pound linebacker doing a
and
4-2,
not paying attention.
he's coming after you.
Yeah.
He's going to hit you.
I'd never been hit like that before, so I don't know what that's like.
I've never been hit like
Thank
that. before.
God. Thank God. But these guys, they get up. How do they even get up? You ever see the guys that get up and they walk like 10
Cortisol
yards?
shots.
They get hit in the head, and then they come in. It's a really violent sport. They've been doing it for 100 years, back to the leather helmet days. You know, but that's the whole other thing. They say the helmets are too big and too strong, and that's why these guys think they're invincible and stuff like that.
Well, the helmets now are what kind of shape is that? It's got like a little thing. It looks like a bad haircut.
You know what amazes me? That more guys don't. Remember the guy from the Cardinals a few weeks back? He got his finger caught in the guy's face mask, and he actually ripped the tip of his finger off.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
He went for a tackle. It was a special teams play. He went to grab a guy, him in the face mask, and he goes, "Oh man, my finger!" So he goes to the sideline, holding his hand. They take off his glove, and half his finger came off. Poor dude.
Oh, that's horrible.
You know, so
Oh.
it's a rough sport, you know, but it's all right. So, but our teams that are based here in Jersey, Giants and Jets,
They still playing?
they still play, and
With the Jets?
they're doing a lot better than they thought.
Okay, the problem with the Jets, from what I see, and I'm
Okay.
not a Jet fan by any means. I'm a Cowboy fan, and we all know that.
I'm sorry to hear that, but
yeah,
that's,
my deepest sympathy.
Yes.
The Jets are winning the games they're not supposed to, and losing the games that they should be winning.
Well, how in the heck,
How did they beat New Orleans?
after getting killed by 1,000 points to the Bengals the previous week? I don't know, but that's a rookie quarterback thing. And I tell you what, our boy Rex Ryan, he might stick around. He's winning a lot more games than I thought they were going to win this year. So, and he's doing a real good job, and he's looking kind of svelte too. You see him? He looked pretty good.
That's only one lap band surgery.
That's only one.
That's only one.
You know, and him and his wife got a little thing. You know, they put that stuff out there. You know, maybe he's keeping the weight off by doing other things too. You know, but they're doing a lot of good things that we didn't expect them to do. And I don't, as a Giant fan. See, I'm a Met fan, and you're a Yankee fan.
Yeah.
Mets and Yankee fans, they don't like each other with the teams. But the Giants and the Jets, I don't mind the Jets. So
Okay.
my first uniform was Emerson Boozer back in the day.
Emerson Boozer.
Yeah, that goes way back.
Wow.
So they're doing a lot of good things, but we thought the roles were going to be reversed. We thought the Giants were going to be better. The Giants 2-6. They're coming off a bye week this week, so we'll see what happens when they start playing again. But they've won 2 in a row. They're 2-6
They could still make the playoffs.
in the division of your team, the Cowboys. Anybody can win that division right now. The Cowboys, they barely got by the Vikings.
7-9
They-
will win the division.
They barely got by the Vikings with the last game. I mean, come on. I mean, it's Tony Romo. He's up, he's down, he's down, he's up, he's down. I mean, come on.
He's horrible.
And then what about your boy Des Bryant?
What about him?
What a big mouth he's got. Shut him up.
You know,
Come on, man.
act like you've been there before.
Right. And that whole tirade he had a couple weeks ago just looked like a sore loser in my book. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, so we'll see what happens with the Giants. I think the Giants will be all right. They'll have to be fighting towards the end. So
Of course. Eli will still be around.
he'll still be around. The
But
Jets.
there will be a Manning in the Super Bowl.
We think.
There will be.
You think?
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be cold.
I'm not going.
I'm not going.
We don't have tickets.
Songs that made the hit parade.
Guys like us, we had it made.
Those were the days. And you knew where you were then.
Girls were girls and men were men.
So, Dino, did you hear about the guy in Ridgewood? There's a guy on the loose. He was trying to pick up young girls, I guess, in a car. He was driving around town. He's on the loose. They haven't found
That
him.
just shows how times have changed.
How's that?
This is true life stories time, I guess, and
Okay.
part of the show.
Gotcha.
So, when I was 17, with my '73 Ford Maverick,
Oh,
we
nice.
yes,
What
nice.
color?
White, beige interior.
Nice.
The seats went back,
That's even better.
even better.
Even better.
So we used to drive this strip. It was Franklin Street in Bloomfield. And it was Belvin Nutley Bloomfield. We should drive all the way around. And it was on the way to go get JJ's hot dogs
Okay.
right,
Cool.
outside of Branchwood Park. I see this girl. She had on a mini skirt that maybe people use as a belt. Pumps
Oh, boy.
that I'm saying about this tall, maybe.
Okay, well, now you got my attention, so go
Okay.
ahead. Keep going.
And let's say that God was very good to her up top.
Okay.
Okay, and they were practically hanging out.
So
And
traffic
back
is-
then,
Yeah.
oh, well, it was like 10:30 at night, so there wasn't really too much traffic going on. So her hair up to the nines. We're talking.
This is
at
the
least-
80s.
Oh, it was 80s.
Oh, okay.
Of course. So I see her walking. So I pull up next to her like we always did. Hey, you need a ride?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, she's by herself.
By herself. So now I go into Mr. Foamy Car Wash on the corner there.
Mr. Foley.
Mr. Foamy Car Wash. It's great. That's where everyone washed their car at Mr. Foamy. It was great.
It's like a hangout.
No, because there was a bakery 2 doors down. So we used to, get Danish and pastries and stuff
Nice.
like that while the cars getting washed.
Like Danish.
Great. So now I see this car pull up next to her.
Uh-oh.
There's like 4 Puerto Ricans in the car.
Okay.
And I can see that she's walking
Uncomfortable.
one way, walking another way, walking another way. And so I pull up right up the driveway by Mr. Foamy.
Mr. Foley, you gotcha.
I don't know if he's still in business anymore,
I'm
but
sure.
okay.
I'm sure he is.
I said, you need the ride now. She goes, yeah. She gets in the car.
Oh, boy.
She's sitting. Her leg is up on my dash.
And you don't know her.
Don't know her. Her other leg. Now, a 73 Maverick, he has a little console in the middle.
Okay. Yeah.
Other leg, her knee is on the console. So now, needless to say, I have a clear vision of everything that's going on.
Did you drive off the road?
No, I didn't. So then I said to her, do you want to go up to Eagle Rock Reservation? Now, I don't know if you know where that is.
I don't, but I can only
Okay, it's
imagine.
in West Orange.
Okay.
Okay, it's by the Manor in West
I've
Orange.
heard of the Manor. I
Okay.
gotcha. Okay.
You drive up this back road, it goes to this reservation. Perfect view of Manhattan. Perfect.
On a clear night.
And
that's
everybody, has their fun there.
nice. Right. A lot of fogged windows.
So, needless to say, I'm saying, I'm gonna get lucky. This is a slam dunk.
It's easy.
This is easy. She said, yeah, let's go. So we walk outside. Things are getting a little hot and heavy, and she's just like sitting there. I go, what's the matter? I never cheated on my girlfriend before.
Nice. You know how to pick them.
I got up and left.
You just
Because
left
back then, you never heard of that stuff.
No, not really.
And cheat on, what do you mean cheat on your girlfriend? She says, yeah, I have a girlfriend.
So she wasn't sure. She was confused.
Well, we didn't even really do it. I was me doing
Well, she got in the
everything.
car with you.
Yeah, but she didn't.
She sent out the wrong signals.
She sent out the wrong signals.
My God.
So I don't know if she's still up there.
Maybe she's related to the guy.
There you go. But I'm just saying, it's like back then it was like no big deal to do stuff like that. We always
You're
did
giving
that.
people rides that you don't know because
Of course.
Nowadays you don't even want to ask.
I mean, I remember girls. We used to drive through Brookdale Park. That was the big hangout.
Right.
Hey, you're Jimmy Raccanelli's friend.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Can you give me a ride? Yeah, sure. What's your name? We were talking in the car like,
Right.
no big deal.
And you weren't always looking for a date at the time, but
No.
but you were just like being friendly, and you can't be like that.
Can't be
nowadays.
like that anymore.
Imagine going down here at the light and say, "Hey, you need a ride?" There'd be 3 cops on you in about 5 minutes.
In a heartbeat.
You know, so
That's
it's
horrible.
Yeah, it really is. But don't do it in a white van, though. Please, leave the
Tinted
white
windows.
leave the white van at home.
The panels.
Yes, that's not good. You know, so
Okay.
just be mindful.
So that used car lot in Lakewood, I shouldn't go there and buy that van.
Leave the van at home if you want to pick up people. Just be careful.
Okay.
Just a little friendly advice.
Okay.
Just be
I
careful.
don't want to be arrested.
No.
We got another show next week.
We don't want to do that. We want to see about it. You'll be back here next
All right.
week?
You
You're
got
good.
it.
You're
See
good,
you
man.
then.